Welcome back to the IESF South Asia Dota 2 qualifiers or 2024. I am Wax and joined by the outstanding Black, bringing you the second best of three of the day. Black, a few more teams. Well, one of them is Nepal, arguably one of the top two favorites to make it to Chengdu this year, and they will be facing Bangladesh, the unknown quantity that we thought would be a walk in the park for the likes of India, but gave them a pretty good fight in the first game of the day off stream. And I just gotta ask you right away, if you're Bangladesh right now, you're playing with everything to fight for. This is it, Bangladesh, Nepal. If they lose here, Bangladesh, that means they won't be qualifying for Chengdu. So they need to do everything in their power to make it happen.
It's going to be a tough uphill battle, though. They did lose to India after all 2-0, right?
Yes. Close games, but still 2-0 nonetheless.
Close games. Yeah, it's kind of what we expected. But again, you said much closer fight than we thought it would be.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know if Nepal or India is stronger. That's a question to be answered much later. But if Nepal has a similar showing as it did just now, it's going to be incredibly difficult for Bangladesh. They just look so cohesive. Strong draft. Wisp is also their coach, right? I believe.
Sure.
Maybe. Let's just assume they have a coach as well, because the drafts, a little bit out there, but they made a lot of sense. They were very well connected. As we have actually a quick look here at the Bangladesh lineup.
Yeah, of course. And we've got, of course, none other than Len, Jin, Des, Senpai, and Ori. Representing Bangladesh. And like I said, we haven't seen them on stream today. They're making their debut right here on the IESF official Twitch stream. But in their attempt versus India, they had every single game, one of their cores was either leading the network chart or being second, despite them constantly being at the network deficit. So this tells me that they like playing this 4 protect 1 style, which is something that we haven't really seen in tier 1 Dota be successful for several seasons now.
Definitely not, because there's so much money on the map now. Everybody needs to be rich. If not all of your players are rich, it's very hard to play against 3 strong cores. And well, truth be told, I don't really think supports exist anymore. They're more like semi-cores nowadays. And if you don't make use of all the money on the map, you really play the 4 protect 1 style, it's bound to fail, unfortunately. So we'll see if they learn the lesson against India, because they'll need to basically play at 150% if they want to beat Nepal.
Yeah, and obviously we took a quick peek at the Nepal players, but we don't need you to tell you who they are, because you saw them in the first game of the day themselves. And right now I'm actually looking at their substitutes. So according to my list, Black, that is the official list that IESF has provided, Wisp is not even down as a substitute, not as a coach. Maybe he was an addition to the team after the signups happened. He's like the +1, because all I can see is Luris, Cesson, Puzzle, Kalem, Blues, the players, and then I have 2 substitutes called Mel and Shrew. So hey ho, I digress. I guess it is what it is. But very interesting fun fact, I gotta say this. I remember in the Sri Lankan squad, the carry, I believe, Krim, he is the substitute. So is Deathmark. So Sri Lanka played with 2 substitutes in that game 1 of the day, which is pretty interesting, especially for your debut series.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. So now they have a full power squad, or?
I don't know if the other game is already underway. So I think we'll have to wait and see, and I'll let you know if we do get any updates on that one, as the draft is commencing and the bans are quite clear, cut and dry. And Nepal, okay, Black, you might be surprised to see the DK being banned out, but in that game 1 of Bangladesh India, the Dragon Knight from Bangladesh was the one topping the network chart and keeping them in the game. So they've definitely had time in the last hour or so to look at the tape and be like, we don't want him on that hero.
We have seen lots of DKs in other qualifiers, even being first picked, first phase banned, just like here. Or Nepal, just from an interview just now, remember? We're like, hey, Beastmaster pretty broken. He's like, oh yeah, it's pretty broken. Here we go. First pick. I have not seen Beastmaster lose a game yet. incredibly strong hero in my opinion. I'm hoping, well, not hoping, I'm thinking it's gonna make a resurgence in Tier 1 Dota as well. I'm really not hoping for it because I hate Beastmaster patches. But he looks strong.
I mean, we had a Wisp confirming, same as the Execration with lads yesterday, that is a very, very strong hero. And I gotta say, Black, Phoenix usually gets countered by Beastmaster only because of the inner beast aura that amplifies the attack speed of everybody. So it's going to be much easier to kill the Phoenix egg. Yeah, of course, it's not a troll or a snapfire, which are the go-to Phoenix counters. But that is an aspect you got to consider as we go into mid game. We have 4 points in inner beast and 3 targets are hitting the egg.
Definitely, it's usually considered a counter to Phoenix, as you said. So picking the Phoenix into the Beastmaster is very curious. Usually not something you want to do. But we'll see. Maybe they're super comfortable with the hero. Maybe they have a great combo lined up with it. Some Medusa, some Mars.
10 seconds.
Bring back Faceless Void, baby.
Yeah. Faceless Void. I actually had the game last night with a Void on my team. I don't know, I feel like the hero plays well, but it just gets countered a lot by stuff that's better in the meta right now, which is a bit strange. So hopefully he's making an appearance here. Beastmaster is quite good dealing with Void, right? You chrono and then he jumps in, roars you, and then I believe the birds have a really strange interaction. It might have been fixed, but when the Aghanim Shard changed for Beastmaster, right, because people used to rush it to get the double spinny birds, they used to stun you in Chronosphere. Again, I don't know if it was fixed, but it was definitely in the game for a little while.
Yeah, we never really know with Dota whether it gets fixed or not. Lots of changes being undocumented. So yeah. Well, they have the other hero that Nepal said is absolutely busted. Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight Phoenix.
It's good.
Interesting combination. Yeah.
I mean, CK for some reason has been overlooked since we started our qualifiers 2 days ago, Black, in the Asian region. The hero didn't really get nerfed, just a few tweaks. I think we only had 1 game of anything. I think he's still S tier up there with the Weaver and the Beastmaster. So I'm glad to see him come through right now for Bangladesh. That is rounding up pretty nicely. And Hoodwink plus Gyrocopter. Nepal not hesitating at all to go for this.
Yeah, very interesting Gyro pick. I mean, we have seen Gyro work out quite nicely against CK in the past. And of course against Phoenix. The Flag Cannon together with the increased attack speed. Like Gyrocopter can become an absolute monster in that mid-late game. It's a great pick. I like Nepal's overall draft. Very strong lanes already. And it's not going to be too easy for the Phoenix to ever get an egg off, I don't think.
Also, Hoodwink is quite good at like finding the Phoenix. You know, it's ever so often in Tier 1 we see Phoenixes getting out with the usage of Sundry and going over the cliffs, TPing out. Hoodwink is quite good at just, you know, throwing a bushwhack and stopping that from happening. Just the Sunray in general, whenever Phoenix wants to cast it from long range, using the Scurry, get close to the Phoenix and bushwhack him close to you. So they've got a lot of lock and catch potential from the side of Nepal. And Bangladesh, I mean, they have a CK. CK is probably one of the prime heroes to also catch you with the Reality Rift Chaos Bolt and even more lock. Wow. Centaur plus Grimstroke, and they're starting up to shape quite nicely with a bit of team fight as well, as Nepal still doesn't want to put a break to their speed in picking here, and they're going to go for the IO Gyro.
Classic. Timeless classic. It's not nearly as strong as it used to be, but it's still, of course, very formidable, especially with Beastmaster setting up roars or Hoodwink bushwhacking through the trees. Very strong combo. This dual lane will probably never die unless Wisp gets removed from the game. It's very potent. And I really like both drafts, to be honest. Lots of stuns on both sides. Makes playing Dota pretty easy. Should be much closer serious than our first one.
Puck banned out now. I think Puck would have actually been phenomenal for Bangladesh, so I'm glad to see Nepal aware of that ban. Storm Spirit has yet to be banned, and I think it could work quite well for the Bangladesh side. You would have to commit Roar for it, and Bushwhack is not the easiest spell to connect onto a fastly mobile Storm Spirit. Whereas for Nepal as a mid laner, I think we might be seeing something funky like a Void Spirit here.
Something funky like a Void Spirit.
OD banned out.
Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Shadow Fiend.
Made it through all the way. Definitely lost some of its initial flavoring, where people have first pick and first ban it all the time. People have gotten better at playing against it, but it's still an amazing hero. So we'll see what they end up playing against it. Lina is out already.
Doesn't he get quite easily count? Like SF doesn't like playing versus a lot of lock. And we have of course, Hoof Stomp, we got the Chaos Bolt, we got Silence from the Grimstro. Okay. Bangladesh with the Keeper of the Light. And Black, I don't know if you heard my rant about Keeper of the Light. I hate this hero mid. It's useless. I'll say that. I never see it win. And if I do see it win once in 25 games when he's played as a mid, it's not because of the nuke damage that he does. It's because of everybody else. Up until Keeper of the Light, I was going to side with Bangladesh, but based on that, I'm going Nepal. Fine.
So you're not a Cuddle fan, yeah?
I like it, not as a mid laner.
That is fair enough. I mean, I have pretty good experience with Cuddle myself.
Okay.
So, I mean, we'll see how it ends up shaping out to be, but it definitely has some glaring weaknesses sometimes, and it's a very tough hero to pull off. So whether they can do it or not, I am not sure. But if they can, the hero might look really good, because there's a lot of healing from him, a lot of healing from Phoenix. In general, the hero composition should be quite potent, and it's a hero that should never die to SF in lane. Because if you just blast, you should never be in range for raises to begin with.
Coddle should keep the SF out of lane, right? But they both work in the same way. If the raises are pushing a Coddle away, Coddle farms the jungle, Shadow Fiend uses the raises in the jungle. I think it's quite equal when it comes to that aspect. But there's also a lot more rotate potential from the Hoodwink than we would see from a Phoenix, right?
Yeah. I believe so. We'll see if Nepal runs away with this or if it's going to be a close one.
Well, game one is underway as we get a bit of a split screen action. Both teams smoked up right away off the gate, trying to head for some sort of action, but the Dire invading the Radiant jungle and vice versa. It should be quite safe. And if I'm on the side of Dire, I don't really think I want to take this engagement, Black. Full-out transparency here. I believe the Chaos Bolt or Reality Rift would be much better to have as a level 1 engagement tool.
Yeah, the level 1 is definitely very strong. The Cuddle Blast also is just a timeless classic when it comes to level 1 fights, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you really just want to probably split 2 runes. You have an IO as well, who doesn't really do a whole lot, same with Gyro. No need to risk anything. If you're playing for trading lanes, like the Dire is in this case, just try to get 2 runes. Be happy with it.
The battle begins.
It's also like the power of the Inkswell is really strong, and I really like this pairing of Grim, CK, Green Centaur, even Inkswell on top of Phoenix that just goes flying in. It's going to be really good. It's just the Coddle that I'm not a big fan. Otherwise, like I said, I think I would have sided with Bangladesh. But hey-ho, I digress, as we are going to be seeing a very hard Centaur lane up top. Phoenix will actually have to be forced to go bottom because he would get punished, but Ori is getting punished anyway by these wild axes plus right clicks. One more, that was the blood grenade, allowing him to get the kill. So the reason they flex the lane, Black, I believe it's because Phoenix just get completely destroyed by Jaro IO matchup, but going bottom and dying is not better.
Yeah, he got caught off guard, unfortunately. Nice kill. Very good. That they can capitalize on a mistake like that. But they were both very well in position. This is going to make the life for CK very, very difficult. I already said I've not seen Beastmaster lose yet. Very, very powerful hero. Especially if he ends up building, like what everybody does lately, into the axe. Arcane boots, axe, and you become a powerhouse. Such a strong build-up.
We did have a Beastmaster lose yesterday, but even in the losing effort, he was the hero that looked the best out of the team that lost. I think me and Bikov saw that towards the later parts of yesterday. So, yeah, I mean, look at him. He's already zoning out this Chaos Knight with the help of the Hoodwink. They have a lot of kill potential on this bottom lane, the Nepal do.
Yeah, it's a very powerful kill lane. Now, that being said, Phoenix and CK are both incredibly tanky, so it shouldn't be too easy to die here. But just farming-wise, I'll probably give the edge to Dire, especially if the Hoodwink can end up stacking a little bit for the Beastmaster. Ooh, blues.
Nice pressure top. The blood grenade. It's gonna fly in, not allowing Puzzle to heal the gyro enough, and will end up dying as well. Double kill. Going in the favor of Bangladesh, and wow, maybe the lane swaps did work out with the Greenstroke up there pairing up with the Centaur from level 1 and 2, doing lots of burst damage as Ori is getting lower and lower in HP. Also, look at the Blightstone on Hoodwink, just to reduce Phoenix's, well, non-existent armor even further.
Yeah, it has to be one of the lowest armor heroes in the entire game, probably. Very funny to see. But it's nice retaliation once more. They're not going down without a fight. They didn't in the India series either. And you can tell they're definitely good players. They might not end up winning the series, potentially. But the way they're playing is very good.
$16 last hits on this Keeper of the Light. Highest on the Radiant side, Ori. No blood grenade this time around. Wild Axe is in cooldown for a few more seconds, so he will be safe. But for how much longer, as this Hoodwink is really trying to find something over him, maybe connection with an Acorn shot. Ori is under an Observer Ward, but the Bushwhack gets dodged very nicely. As this one of the biggest problems I think with Beastmaster of Black is the Wild Axe's mana cost is very, very low. I mean, he's spammed it about 12 times now, and he still has approximately half amount of mana.
No, you're very right with that. It's, as you said, ridiculously low. And whoa,
that's what I'm saying. You stack up like 5 or 6 stacks of Wild Axes, a Acorn shot from Fog of War, plus the 7th set of Wild Axes just gets the kill onto the CK, who sadly will be on the receiving end of all those nukes flying in from Nepal. I don't know what you have to do. A nice career kill up top from Jhin, but if you're a Chaos Knight, you kind of want your Grimstroke to come and at least try a gank bottom, maybe through the Twin Gate.
yeah, I think you need to help him for sure. He's your carry, and we have seen many times if Chaos Knight doesn't win the lane, he becomes somewhat of a burden.
Has been killed.
It's just so hard to catch up on a hero like Chaos Knight. So you definitely need to make sure that you, as I said, give him a decent enough start at least.
Look at them, Shadow Fiend and Keeper, both doing the same thing. They're trying to push each other's lanes, like Keeper of the Light farming jungle. Look at Shadow Fiend is actually going to leech some of the XP and wants to connect with some raises, as Sison has hit level 6 first because he just spent more time on the lane. And obviously, for those at home that do not know, neutral creeps give you slightly less XP, and depending on the camp, even slightly less gold than a lane creep. As up top, Deaths is about to be turned into the staple of his name. But look at the rotation. Keeper of the Light gets there in time. Do they have a setup? We see the action bottoms. Chaos Knight dying, but the Keeper of the Light has level 6, trying to use the Solar Bind. And the Soul Blind from the Grimstroke. Nice Illuminate coming in further, and Puzzle doesn't have any creeps to connect to. Will most likely die. One more right click will do the job. 4 for 4, but the Phoenix dies in the process. So essentially 2 for 2, but the Shadow Fiend is free farming all this time.
I really like what they're doing, pressuring a Gyrocopter, but at the same time, Gyrocopter is a carry that can catch back up into the game. You see the action down here again. As you said, this constant spam of axes, not much you can do to get away from the range of them is insane too. But yeah, Gyrocopter can get back into the game. Your CK is absolutely out of the game right now. You need to gank his lane. He's level 4, even took the mid lane, and Coddle is like, well, get out of here. This is my lane. So where does he go now? Jungling as level 4 CK does not feel good.
It's not even my birthday.
And Phoenix is dead again.
Is he? Oh, what?
Black Grenade again.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the neutral creeps that took it, and for some reason it went to the Hoodwink. It's a tough life to play versus the Beastmaster. They wanted to, I believe they banned Templar Assassin in the first phase instead. Clearly a mistake that I don't think Bangladesh will be making, or any other team for the rest of the tournament, actually. I think Beastmaster will be turning into this, you know, you must ban or you lose the game. If you have second pick, you gotta ban it. If you have first pick, you gotta force your opponents into wasting one ban for this hero, because he is so oppressive right now. And look at the mass TPs up top. They're trying to turn around onto Death. Beautiful bushwhack at the very edge. And now, Jin, can you get away here? Sharpshooter, break and slow. Beastmaster claiming the tier 1 bottom as well. And, okay. Massive rotate, but it actually might be okay. Centaur was sent back to base, but you forced out Shadow Fiend. You waste a bit of time.
You waste a bit of time. He's actually trying to set up a little sneaky play. It's not gonna work though. Instead he's gonna get blasted now. Ooh, barely missed. That's a lot of damage, by the way. That would be half his health right there.
That was a very short range from the blast as well.
Yeah, and the width was also not... I'm not sure. Maybe we just haven't seen the hero for too long, so it looks a bit silly. That definitely did not look like I thought it usually does.
Okay.
Level 6 now finally, so he has ult to farm with as well. But he's just not a very fast hero.
Definitely not. He's also not one of these heroes that likes playing from behind. Chaos Knight wants to actually have a good lane, so then he can TP and joins for some team fights. Oh, and look at Blues. Has amazing stacks in the dire jungle while he farms those up. Kalem and the Shadow Fiend are actually making a lot of space, but Ori might just get there in time to leech some of that XP. Not the biggest victory for the Radiant supports, but if you can, you know, get one last hit and not die in the process, that would be great, as they're playing under an Observer Sentry combination. Homing Missile coming through, but he should be pretty healthy. But no, the Sharpshooter's gonna connect on top of it. And look at the long range connection. Beautiful sniped double kill from Caleb.
Yeah, what can we say, man? The supports in this tournament surprisingly have been so good.
Absolutely.
Almost every team like has such good supports. I don't even know why. Everybody always complains about supports being so bad. Well, maybe it's not their fault after all.
Aghanim Scepter is 800 gold away from this Beastmaster.
Yeah, it's just minute 10, dude.
He has 6,000 net worth. If we could take a look at the net worth chart, that would be lovely. As his counterpart, the Centaur, had a good start, and now he doesn't have anything.
I don't want to alarm you, but look at those stacks. Of course, Beastmaster here, you can just use his own board to stack everything. Dude, he's gonna be so filthy rich.
How do you deal with him? And not just in this game, like ever. With him being so fast at farming, even if he doesn't dominate the lane, but he's a good laner nowadays as well. How do you deal with that? Like, he's gonna have Axe Blink at minute 16, the latest at this point.
Well, it's gonna be Very difficult, huh? How do you deal with him? His axe heals, deals a ton of damage. If he builds into defensive items, oh my gosh, the damage. Can't connect this time. It's a little bit too fast with the centaur ult. But already building up to a 5k gold lead again is Nepal. They're just really, really good at the game. Would have thought.
Yeah, imagine Dota players being good at Dota. I could never.
I know. Hard to believe.
Well, with this pause, there's a bit of downtime to reconsider what could happen, and sadly Nepal had to go through this the other match as well. And I think you kind of need a centaur blink dagger so you can set up for this phoenix egg, and then the phoenix egg to distract from the coddle that just throws nukes, long range nukes. You also now have level 6 on the Grimstroke, so you have Soulbind, Solar Bind doubling up, plus Chaos Ball, Reality Rift, double edge as well. They're not bad. Like, the execution from Bangladesh isn't that hard. You kind of just, every hero on your team needs to press one button, and then you can kill the Nepal side. Also, Grimstroke is a classic counter to IO, right? IO comes around you, you throw your Soulbind on it, and then you have guaranteed 2 targets caught.
Yeah. IO. So there's always a problem with IO, right? He relocates on top of you. If they get both initiated on, it's just a recipe for disaster, basically. But that's the thing with good IO players. They don't just blindly relocate. Like, they really assess the situation properly. They see what spells have been used. Then they come in later on. If Grimstroke can wait for that to happen, like really patiently, if he has the time to wait for that to happen, it will really depend on the teamfight itself. But with this Beastmaster being so rich, it could get very problematic with him just blinking in. Like, he already finished his axe at minute 11. Now his farm is going to be even faster than it was already because of the drums of Slump. They're so fast when it comes to farming.
Dire are scanning.
Well, we're back into it, and we have a Threads Kaya on the Shadow Fiend. I think I've seen this more and more. At the beginning of the previous patch, SF kind of wanted to go Blink, or even Yules before the Kaya, but that doesn't seem to be the case today, as this Chaos Knight...
Get destroyed.
Well, I think you know what the problem is? He's fighting a Beast Master. Oh, by the way, Jin is also probably getting caught. Sesson is trying to run, catch him up with his Invis. Sharpshooter connects to slow him. Rake, one raise, right click, will do the job. We'll also get another extra 10 gold from the Phantom's Embrace. A Beastmaster is a beast. Chaos Knight is riding a horse. So Beast is like mastering Chaos Knight's horse, right? I think that makes perfect sense why CK had no chance in that fight.
Yeah, sure. I guess. I mean, why not? What makes even more sense, though, is that he was 3 levels above him and double his net worth. That's why he killed him.
I see. Oh, wow. So you're telling me that gold matters in this game?
And XP as well, yeah.
Oh, what a phenomenal analysis, Black. Thank you for telling us that.
You are very welcome. If there's anything else you need, I'm always here for you.
So Dota is basically just like life, right? The more life experience and the more money you have, the better you are?
Yeah, kind of. Although in real life, skills are not in direct connection to money. Whereas in Dota, they kind of are.
I see. That makes sense. Finally, smoke attempt. Phoenix has level 6. They want to get on top of Blues and Puzzle. Can they do just that? No. Blues is getting out of there. Back to safety. They need to play some aggressive observer words, I think, in the Mighty Mines. They're going to do it just behind the tier 1. Sure, not bad. Good enough to allow them to maybe pressure this tier 1 top. But Blues, it was just a moment ago he farmed like 6 stacks in the jungle. How does he have another 6 Black? I'm very confused.
Well, that's just how Dota goes, man. Stacks. Ultimately, Beastmaster, Gyrocopter, they all love stacks, so it makes perfect sense to have some.
So does Shadow Fiend, right?
Oh, SF as well, yeah, sorry, I forgot about him.
Speaking of Beastmaster, joining up with Kale on bottom on the Hoodwink to kill Senpaio. on the CK. How did Hoodwink get that kill though? Hoodwink wasn't even nearby. It was just like a long-range sharpshooter. Okay, that does make sense. It was essentially a Beastmaster solo kill with a steel ultimate from the Hoodwink, which as a support myself I can respect.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, of course. Support players love other support players. It's always been like that. But I guess the same goes for cores. Core players love other core players.
Oh, they're coming in.
IESF. He's not gonna get out of there, is he?
No, I don't think so. I think Sasson should fall, and he does under the egg. And now the relocate coming in just in time. They're gonna try to break the egg, but they're getting stunned by the Phoenix egg. Emperor Land gets a double kill with a Keeper of the Light, and now the relocate is out. Few seconds until connection. They need to keep it away. Tether comes in the very last moment. Soulbind is not gonna be sufficient, and sure, the escape does take place, but this is a huge turnaround for Bangladesh.
Finally, something going their way. Overstaying their welcome a little bit, and you can see the problem with IO relocate is it's slow.
Beastmaster
is going in, man. He's just destroying everyone.
He's going 1v4. Now the IO's joining him up, but it doesn't matter. He's just killed 2 of their cores, and he wants to go for more. Does he have a blink dagger ready? I don't even think he needs one. He's just so speedy when connecting to the IO.
He literally didn't even lose health. They tried to go on him, but he didn't care. The drums were slowing again. Man. He's going BKB next as well. So that's the usual build-up nowadays. Axe, Blink, BKB. Most people go Dagon as well, and then Refresher. You literally just blink in and you destroy hero after hero. It's ridiculous. And just look at his net worth. Look at his levels. I don't even know what else there's to say. He is absolutely insane.
It actually, I thought Bangladesh was starting to come back with a resurgence in this in this map, and if they would have converted the tower kill without losing, well, 3 heroes to a solo Beastmaster, that would have been phenomenal. But okay, does Silencer? This is like partly a joke, partly for real, right? So what makes Beastmaster really strong once he gets his axe are the drums of Slum, right?
Yes, sir.
If you counter it with a silencer, right? So you just silence the drums. Do the drums still play?
Should I answer in a half serious or half joking way?
Well, I don't know, like, because it's a passive, right? Like, jokes aside, the drums of Slum is
okay, so if we're talking pure Dota mechanics,
yes,
it still works 100%. Because you keep getting charges while auto-attacking or while one of your summons auto-attacks. So every time anything attacks, you get 1 charge. You see it starts building up, Hawk comes down, starts building up more, and you're up to max charges already. It's so incredibly fast. And of course, if you roll, you're at max charges instantly. The hero is pretty ridiculous. Look at his net worth, 13k.
What was the previous Aghanims on Beastmaster? I don't even remember. Like
that was the cooldown on Axe's removed.
Oh, okay. I mean, I like the drums as a concept, but clearly not when the hero is so broken. And look at him just jumping on top of the Keeper of the Light.
He doesn't care about a blade man either.
He is unstoppable. I think I don't want to be that guy, but I think Bangladesh could call it, because even if they catch Larice solo, I don't think you kill him. He's got BKB flying in right now, Black. This is unheard of. His farming speed is off the charts. He is finding himself at 915 XP per minute and just a little over under 800 GPM. Another kill. Kalem gets it this time on Ori's Phoenix. My goodness. And Bangladesh played well. It's just that Beastmaster is broken.
I actually do think Bangladesh did really well, but if you just look at the net worth difference, most of it comes from the offlane. But all of it comes from the offlane almost. 3k. Like if they had the same net worth, it would just be a 3k difference. But obviously, Lure here. Well, he's making a good case for what we've been talking about when it comes to these. Hero. Oh, but here's BKB. Just turn on the roar. Well, good night, Toddle.
Oh, Soulbind coming in. Okay, the BKB though is still lasting for another 7 seconds. Then Phoenix dies while he was trying to fly in to pop the egg.
And
What
the
is
next one
happening?
too.
Is going for the triple kill. Someone stop this mayhem as Luris. First map of the first series. He popped off on the Dark Seer, and this time around it's gonna be the man of the match performance on the Beast. He's 12-0-5, 200 last hits. Yo, what is happening, Black?
Now let me ask you though.
Yes.
He's a filthy Beastmaster picker,
Dire's middle
right?
tower
Do people like him still get MVP or not? He played an amazing game. He played the hero perfectly, but you know what I mean,
bottom
right?
tower is under attack.
It's not a pub, so yes.
Fair enough. Okay.
Like,
As
you
a
know,
pucker
you play a pub, right? And someone like cheeses you with like a Huskar, Tinker, Broodmother type stuff, and you're like, and they tip you, and you're like, bro, you're a Broodmother picker. What are you on about, right? But then when they do it in like a game where it's a good Brood game, it's a last hit, you forgot about the Brood, and you're like, okay, fair play. They outsmarted us, right? I think it's kind of the same thing here. They got their hands first pick Beastmaster, and it's probably Bangladesh's fault for not banning it out.
You know what the crazy part is? Every time I've seen Beastmaster, like when I was casting the games here in the qualifiers, it was always first pick. Every time. And every time it looked like this. Like completely uncontested. Top 1 net worth, top 1 damage, top 1 XPM, everything top 1. He actually goes for a different sort of approach though. He picked up a Yule. Did he sell that again? Yeah, he sold that again. Okay, I was like, nah, no way. The typical build-up would be Dagon. He's going Manta style?
No.
Never seen that on a beast. What?
I
Did he
think,
roar?
Jumping in, gets the coddle again, Stampede, but he's roared forever, Soulbind, but there's nobody to tie him to. Still alive from the mech, but look at the Shadow Fiend just TPing behind, and now the right clicks are flying in. They're gonna kill the Phoenix Egg before it pops up. Requiem of Soul. CK tries to run away. Will most likely fall. Another set of wild axes are available. Nice pump faking. He's just toying with them. GG gets called as Nepal makes a statement. And that statement is, please don't let us pick Beastmaster again.
That statement is, get out of our game, says Luris. Man, there was 20 minutes, pretty much all him. Like, he literally made the enemy team quit. It's not often that happens, but when it happens, it stings. Yeah, bang on there, 6 kills. The game looked so even in the early game too, but then suddenly, Luris just came online. He was like, well, I'm here, guys. I got my axe blink in minute 14. What do you guys want to do? I blinked to 4 heroes. I'm full health the entire time. Or you brought me to half health. Well, Io is backing me up. Io wasn't even playing with the gyrocopter at all.
He hit 3k net worth at minute 6. And then 4k at minute 7.
Yeah. And 10k. Sorry, 6k at minute 10.
And 5k at minute 8. This is unbelievable because at minute 4, between minutes 4 to 6, he doesn't even farm the jungle. He was just farming Ori's life, who, by the way, this Phoenix pick, this was the first pick Phoenix into the Beastmaster. This was their response to the Beastmaster, and I think that's kind of where the game went downhill. Of course, I'm always very happy to see Keeper of the Light losing mid. The hero was useless, and I dare you, Black, to tell me one good thing that the Keeper managed to do this game.
Hey, come on. Like, what did anybody do, though? Like, in face of this Beast Master, wow, he just died to Axe. There was a lot of damage. Jesus. Did anyone really do anything? Like, did CK look broken? Nah, not really, right?
No, but Centaur and Grimstroke, they did well up top, right?
Yeah, they did.
And this was a nice attempt here, right? Okay, like you did not need the Keeper of the Light for that. You could have done that with the 2 supports as well. But fine, let's say Solar Bind slowed down the SF for a little bit. And this was a good potential turnaround point. If the Relocate would have managed to be cancelled and you get the kill at least on the Gyrocopter, it was great nonetheless. But then here, we just skipped the most important fight of the game, as you do. It was the moment when the Beastmaster jumped in to 4 opponents by himself and completely wiped them all out, right? That was,
I mean, to be fair, he did that many more times after that, back in this fight too.
Yeah, but here they were already up 10k, 15k, whatever. You know,
Yeah,
like
but,
I think
but basically the same
mid-
scenario is just playing out the entire time, right? Blink in,
Yeah.
4 heroes, everybody focuses him. He's like, well, I don't care. Good luck, guys. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
So much damage, man. And the Shadow Fiend, you know, you said, oh, it's a good hero. He kind of was really broken last in 736B, still very viable now. And in the end, Sisson could have probably played anything on mid. Could have been a Crystal Maiden mid, and it wouldn't have mattered. It was the Beastmaster show.
Yeah, it really feels like they could have had anything. Now, IO did quite a bit for him in terms of extra damage and heal. So I wouldn't have replaced the IO, but any 3 other heroes, yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Could have had an Alchemist farming jungle, and then Husker farming jungle or killing Roshan. Wraith King jungling on the other jungle. Who cares?
Another Legion for a support, jungling in the mines or somewhere. Yeah.
Yep. That was ridiculous. And I hope if they win, we get to interview him, because I want to know what his thoughts are about that game in particular. Did you have fun? Well, let me think. There's either there's 2 answers, right? Either it was too easy, wasn't that fun, or hell yeah, I like destroying people.
I think it was kind of tragic. I'll be fully transparent with you, and I hope for our viewers and for ourselves that Bangladesh actually comes up with well, no, the game plan was good, not a Kotal, but the game plan was good. Just ban out Beastmaster, run it back, go for whatever you want, whatever strats you have, but don't let the most broken hero in the meta through, especially when you don't have first pick, right? Is that a possibility? Maybe they overlooked that they didn't have first pick. Bangladesh thought, oh, we've got first pick, we're not gonna ban Beast and we're gonna play it ourselves.
Here's the thing though. Okay. So we say it's the most broken hero, right? How come it's not picked or banned every game though? Because it's, I'm not gonna say it's rare, but the majority of games don't have them picked or banned. You know, now it might be because they're now just catching up to what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, the hero is not as meta as I think he deserves to be.
So I'm gonna be honest, okay? I think Beast is at a really strong point right now. And I actually think it feels like it is S tier and this tier level of Dota. I think when you go into tier 1 echelon, there are so many ways of punishing what Beastmaster needs to do. And there are many heroes that help you set up for those skills. Realistically speaking, this was a very poor laning phase on the bottom, only because the Phoenix was forced to get out of there, right? If he had CK plus Grimstroke, Reality Rift into Inkswell, into Chaos Bolt, the Beastmaster dies. He was lining up with a Hoodwink. The IO was not there with him, right? So you could have killed Beast there, but because you were forced to play with a Phoenix, Phoenix doesn't really do anything, especially when he's getting bullied out of the lane, right? And if you're talking about tier 1 Dota, you would get the likes of a Crystal Maiden, CK, you punish the Beast. He comes out with a boar, you frostbite the boar, you kill it. And then even if he does go and start jungling, you're gonna have a position for, I don't know, Tusk, Techies, Dark Willows, whatever, the rotatey type supports, and they're gonna go and bully you out of the stacks or leech your XP or throw a long range ability to steal some of that gold. Whereas in this game, he had such a free game because there was not enough reliable lock from the support side of the Radiant squad that he could just do whatever he wanted.
Let me tell you though, yesterday it was a Beastmaster Hoodwink, I think it was as well. Okay. And they played against an insane lane in CM and Windranger.
That is pretty hard, okay, yeah.
Nothing changed. He lost the lane a little bit. He had literally a 10 stack at both engines. Same thing. It's so hard to stop too, because he has so much range. He doesn't take any damage doing it. He can stack it himself. He doesn't even need allies to do it. I just feel that even if you do pressure him a lot on lane, there's always fallbacks for him, which most other heroes have no access to, you know? I mean, I don't know. Obviously, time will tell whether tier 1 teams will kind of start to adopt this as well, because in theory, the aura is pretty insane anyway for everybody in your team. where there's push to Roche, you offer BKB piercing stuns. We all know what Beastmaster does, right? So,
Yeah.
Is it really tier 1 worthy? Time will tell. But as you said, for here, right now, in this qualifier, absolutely unmatched.
Yeah, truly unbelievable. And I would assume we're not going to see Beastmaster is not going to see the light of day for the remainder of the series. At least Nepal wants to be funky, right? There are some certain points in the past of Dota, even in highest tier, when a hero is generally agreed by the majority as being broken, but there's a squad that comes out and says, we think we're good enough. Let us try to beat it. And it has happened, right? It has happened. I think Liquid had a few attempts to do that. Back at TI6, Wings was like, oh yeah, well, we're playing so good, we're dominating. Let us just run a funky draft and let them get the best heroes to see if we can beat them. And Wings did lose that one map in the grand final when I believe they ran Punch Techies. They got punished by DC. Liquid wanted to defeat the Chen, and the Chen just steamrolled over them. So it could be a thing of Nepal being like, let us see if we, the best team thus far in the region, can deal with it in some way.
It's possible, for sure. I still don't think the hero is completely unbeatable. I actually think there are some items that we haven't seen against it yet. For example, Pipe means you heal less from the drums. It deals way less damage, obviously. Mage Slayer, same thing. Great answer to him, just like it is against Timbersaw and these kind of heroes. But yeah, most of the games that I've seen with Beastmaster were just so one-sided that these items would never really be able to be purchased by the enemy team. That's another thing with Beastmaster, though. It's very high tempo, right? Because of his aura, like, you really push down buildings fast. You take Roshan fast. It's... When you fall behind against Beastmaster, it just feels like you're doomed to lose, almost.
Yeah.
So, such an objectively strong hero.
Well, I now actually am gonna take a look and actually tell you a bit of a fun fact. I think this was an overall last pick Keeper of the Light. Is that correct, Black?
Yes, sir.
So I think this is the first time since we're doing Asian qualifiers, either of the Asian sides, that I've seen an overall last pick lose pre-minute 25. Because I've noticed a pattern. You get overall last pick, and even if you find yourself on the receiving end of a beating, the final hero that you get in helps you hold on to the game for a while longer. Whereas here, and again, this is just because of my coddle hate, I understand that. But Keeper of the Light is a hero designed to do just that, Black. Is a hero you pick, even if you lose, you're going to use the Illuminate, you're going to clear the waves, and you're going to keep your towers alive for longer. You're going to give the space necessary to your carry and your offlane to, get a few more items so you can extend that fight. Whereas in here, this Keeper of the Light couldn't do that because he was always getting caught. We saw the target prioritization was impeccable from Nepal. We highlighted how their chaining skills together's capacity was in the first series of the day, but now just the target prioritization was completely spot on time and time again.
It was. But that's again, Nepal is just, what can you say? We have seen 3 games so far, even against Bangladesh, who gave India a pretty damn hard time. They absolutely steamrolled them. So maybe it's safe to say Nepal might actually be the favor of the entire region now. Again, that's a question that we can't answer just yet, but it definitely seems that way. Their picks, playstyle, super aggressive. I love the way they play the game right now. I generally don't like teams that react too much because you just give opponents too many opportunities to do things. And Nepal doesn't do that. Like, they farm up the core items, then they throw everything they have at you. They don't let you breathe. They don't let you farm up any timings anymore. And you just feel like you're suffocating. It's basically what happened just now to Bangladesh. Game was so even. Beastmaster online, he's like, all right, I'll just be in your face forever. Good luck dealing with me.
I believe I can give our viewers at home a bit of an update. Okay, India and Sri Lanka, and a game happening off stream while we were casting Nepal and Bangladesh. Very interesting, Black. I feel like tomorrow we are heading for a clash of the two titans of Nepal and India, because I feel like they're trying to one-up each other.
Of course, yeah.
Right here, Nepal won in 20 minutes and 31 seconds. on the other stream, India defeated Sri Lanka in 20 minutes and 30 seconds.
Wow.
1 second faster. That is a storyline. That is a storyline if I've ever seen one. I mean, I think that's kind of cool.
So they're basically now, just as you said, competing about who can own the enemy the fastest. Oh, that's funny. Well, the big match will be tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
Nepal, India. We'll have the last laugh. We'll see.
I do hope, Black, that it will be a bit less anticlimactic as the Central Asian Grand Final, because in Central Asia, where both Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan were qualified, it felt kind of a walk in the park for one of the sides, and might be just because there were slightly less stakes as the both teams qualified. Well, looking at this right now, I believe statistically, right, if you have 2 losses in this format, you are out of contention for the top 2 slots. So if India defeats Sri Lanka 2-0 and Nepal continues their dominating round versus Bangladesh, we will be pretty much set in stone for who will make it to Chengdu.
Yes. Again, oftentimes, unfortunately, the qualifiers were pretty one-sided. Bangladesh seems to be the only one that can really put a stop to the other 2 Titans. India has already bested them. Now, if Nepal beats them too, it's pretty much set in stone already what's going to happen. And then tomorrow we're going to have a big, nice grand finale for the seeding, which is going to be very important down in Chengdu. Yeah, if Bangladesh loses this game now to Nepal, it's pretty much guaranteed that they're both through.
Yeah. Beast is banned out, thank God. Oh, that's funny. Oh man, Bangladesh, if they somehow win this game and then they lose 2-1 in the decider block, I think they will really hurt themselves for letting Beast go through in that game 1. But again, it's a big if. They still need to face Nepal, who seems to play better and better with every single map they've played today. This is the 4th showing they're going to have on stream, and they've been dominating top to bottom, banning out the Witch Doctor from Nepal. Still prioritizing the hero, although the Voodoo Restoration has been pretty significantly nerfed.
It has, for sure. Still a very strong hero. Witch Doctor, man. Witch Doctor. He just came out of nowhere with the facets. I love the hero. I probably will always love the hero.
So do I.
It's just super fun.
10 seconds remaining.
The entire concept, the voice acting.
Radiant team pick.
It's great.
Spirit Breaker. Okay, that's a good start. I'm loving this. We saw a Spirit Breaker Darkseer combination earlier, but Nepal will respond with the Pudge. Have they played Pudge? This is the 3rd time playing Pudge. Okay. They really believe in their support Pudge. Position 4 has been doing a lot of good job. 5 actually. Sorry, they're playing Pudge 5, right?
Yeah, they play Pudge 5.
Yeah.
But again, they...
What? Wait, what? They banned the Darkseer themselves? But you have the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, but they did some pretty godlike work to get up the Pudge last time.
I see. They're trying to ban out Larice. Because Larice played the Beastmaster, Larice played the Darkseer. They want to see how versatile Larice is if they can take him out of the comfort zone. That's fine. That's not a bad approach, right? And Nepal's still not going to prioritize Larice's hero. They're going to go back for Shadow Demon. We earlier saw the Kanka set up with Pudge, and that worked tremendously well for the Nepalese squad. But this time around, it's going to be Disruption into potential Hook Dismember.
10 seconds remaining.
That one is a lot harder to pull off, though. Like, you need to know really all the right angles, because the 2 illusions, very easy to block the hook, of course. Honestly, it's not even something you can really practice too well. It's just kind of RNG, to be honest.
Dire team pick.
But we'll see. The heroes together are very strong. Oh, Rubik.
Nice. Good, very good. Can steal Disruption. Well, as long as he doesn't steal Rot from Pudge, everything else, all the abilities that are on the table for him, Very, very good. And Rubik is a strong nuker these days. Probably a bit undervalued, I would say, in the current meta. I don't see it played as much as I think it would be deserved to. But who knows, right? TI season is just around the corner, and it feels like Rubik is one of these heroes that does see a lot of play every international.
Yeah, it's a hero that just creeps in every time. Just because it basically blocks so many heroes from coming. Instant stun, repositioning spells in general, as you said, strong laner. It's a fan favorite as well. It's a player favorite.
Radiant
Everybody
team
likes the
pick.
hero.
Enchantress.
Yeah, same with Podge, right? Both Rubik and Podge are favored, and they're gonna join. Okay. The Enchantress. I used to call this hero the Poor's Man Shadow Demon, because the way Enchant works is kind of like a worse version of Purge. So, sure.
5 seconds.
I don't
remaining.
necessarily know why they wanted Enchantress and why they picked it here. This is also revealing that Spirit Breaker will be an offlane, not a support.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine. Very strong offlaner.
Radiant team pick.
But the lane with Rubik is not...
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ooh, okay, yep.
Also, they banned out the Hoodwink. I just spotted that. You're really afraid of whatever happened in that bottom lane in the first game, and I don't think Hoodwink is worthy of a first phase ban black.
You don't think
5
Hoodwink is?
seconds remaining.
First phase ban? Come on.
Hey, it depends, you know? Like, whatever gave you the most trouble, it's probably worthwhile banning. But yeah, generally there is heroes that are definitely considered stronger than Hoodwink. Quite a lot of them as well.
Seconds remaining.
Pangolier back on the menu.
5 seconds.
It's not the
remaining.
best hero, to be honest, against the cow, but Rubik as well as Enchantress, they can't really do much to him.
Oh,
And the
Black.
Pangolier.
Team ban.
Can I beg you, explain to our viewers at home, why is Spirit Breaker nickname the cow?
Why is Spirit Breaker's nickname the cow?
Yes, please.
Honestly, I might not even know that.
Radiant
Perfectly.
What?
team ban.
The cow? I at least know him as a space cow.
So the reason I thought, yes, Space Cow, but the reason I thought that is the thing is because there's a voice line.
Oh, where it
That's
goes.
Spirit-
"Ooh."
Exactly. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Seconds
And I just wanted you to
Radiant
do the
team
voice line, so
ban.
thank you, Black. Our viewers will be very, very happy with that.
Of course. Like, I understand your signals, you know?
Yeah, of
We got
course.
the connection, deeps.
Someone clipped that and put it on their soundboard, and then in a Discord voice sound, every time you join the Discord, just play Black making the Space Cow noise. That'd be top
Yeah.
tier.
10
And they were like, "Ah, is it
seconds
black?"
remaining.
Yep.
Would you be a Black Space? Anyway, Black Space Cow. Tiny coming in for Bangladesh, great hero, and it's gonna be a very solid matchup between him and the Pangolier and the mid lane. So great to reveal it at this point in the draft, as Alina, Ember Spirits, Lesh, and OD will not see the day of light in the final two picks. Bangladesh again have to reveal their fifth before Nepal has overall last pick.
Nepal overall last
10
pick with a
seconds
very
remaining.
solid draft already. They're gonna pick their offlane
5
last,
seconds
seemingly.
remaining.
All right.
I think in the TI qualifiers, I believe PSG Quest ran Pangolier most successfully on the offlane. So there could be a bit of a
Oh, they could
switcheroo
put it
there.
big. Yeah. That
Um,
could definitely work.
But I think Brewmaster, as an offlaner for Nepal, still available, still in the pool, and very good at disrupting a lot of the plays that I believe the Dire lineup would like to make.
Yeah, I could see that happen. What do you think they're gonna pick last though here on
Radiant
Bangladesh's side?
team pick.
Oh, they're flexing the Tiny to safe lane. I thought we were going to see a Medusa, although she doesn't like playing versus Pangolier Diffusal. But I think that's what they were heading for, and I think they saw the Pangolier and decided we're just changing completely up. So we're going to have a Tiny safe lane Voice Spirit mid. If this is a Pango mid, it's a good
5
Void Spirit
seconds remaining.
lane. But if they're flexing this Pango, and then you send Pudge mid or pick something else, this Void Spirit could be dominated. No, that's what I'm saying. It's the Viper. It's gonna be not the flex. It's wait a minute. Viper safe lane. No, Viper off lane facing Senpai's Tiny on the safe lane. Wow. So they don't want to prioritize destroying the Void Spirits lane, but they don't want to allow Tiny have a game. That's what this draft tells me. And if you paired up Viper with a Shadow Demon, that's going to be a lot of nuke damage. If you pair up Viper with a Pudge, it's going to be so much slow, and it's going to make it much easier for Pudge to hit the mid hooks. So far, so good. Nepal sticking to the game plan, and I think coming out on top of this draft.
I think I agree. The Void Spirit last, it's a strong lineup regardless from Bangladesh. I don't think they're massively outdrafted. But overall, the draft of Nepal seemed very strong. It's something they're very comfortable with as well. So yeah, it's hard to imagine them lose after what we've seen in the last couple of games. Although they do have the Viper, a hero I really hate, personally. So I am hoping that I'm not going to be disappointed with it again.
I think I'm very doubtful, let's say, about this Enchantress pick. I don't necessarily know what it brings to the table and this current format, and I guess Enchant will be quite good to convert some of the Phantasm illusions later on, right? That's one part of what she could bring. And there's a lot of right-click damage coming in from the Viper and CK, so maybe the Untouchable would protect her. But then at the same time, Pangolier, Swashbuckle, plus the supports are quite good at bursting her. So hopefully we get a bit of a Jhin masterclass on the Enchantress to prove me wrong. As I said, I'm not a big fan of the hero. Definitely not in this matchup, as I think she should be filling in the role of position 5 to allow Ori get the farm on the Rubik, right?
Yeah, usually Ench is played as 5 nowadays. I actually think Ench is quite strong as a support. I mean, she just does what Ench does, right? You dominate lane, and from there you transition into a good mid game. And you can be this like front line that's super annoying to deal with. But yeah, we'll see how exactly the game plays out for them. It's not like it's an auto win for lane either. Especially against the Pudge if they end up laning against each other. Puzzle on his Pudgy again.
Jhin breaks the smoke and gonna walk straight into the meat hook from Puzzle. Starting off really hot. Chaos Bolt and one more right click with the job. Calum claiming it on the Shadow Demon. And look at the body block Sesson with an absolute masterclass, allowing for disruption to come through. The slows are there. Hook coming in just a few seconds. Is Puzzle gonna be able to get in range? I think he might just get it. The Spirit Breaker jumps into the hand of the Pudge, who gets somehow last hit there. Well, did he have another blood grade? Anyway, Pudge gets the last hit. 2 kills for Nepal to kick off the game. And if you're Bangladesh, you don't want to do this. And look at it, they're setting up again, Black.
Or it's the same as before, just on a different side now.
Exactly. They have a Voice Spirit. Voice Spirit is quite good at disengaging, right? Does he have the Shadow Step? The Dissimulate, sorry? He doesn't have any points killed yet. Okay, this could work out. There's 4 players that they're pinging. But Emperor Len, he thinks they're coming from north, and he's walking into their grasp. Okay, gonna use the Dissimulate, but Sesson is there. 5 players on top of the Void Spirit. Hook connecting left, right, not enough. And it's gonna be a repeat of what we've previously seen.
Very interesting that he like walked into them. I actually thought it was not gonna work out. Maybe he was looking for to try to grab the room.
No. I definitely think he saw the tape of this first series. He saw that they like setting up above and north of the tier 1 tower. So he went down south to avoid them. But Nepal, with the forehead play, was like, oh, let's just predict where he's gonna go. So he walked into their grasp while he thought he was gonna get up from top. It was very interesting. And Nepal showing us that they know how to outsmart an opponent.
different layers of depth here when it comes to outsmarting, for sure.
Yeah.
That gives Pangoli a fantastic start again. What, 3-0 already, 1k lead this early into the game. Not how you want the game to go if you are a fan of Bangladesh.
I guess on the bright side, the Spirit Breaker 3, Spirit Breaker is a hero that can get punished a lot if played as an offlane, but because he has the luxury of a range support versus 2 melees on the Radiant safe lane, I believe Death should have a pretty good lane, allowing him to get plenty of last hits.
True, it should be very comfortable for him.
Oh, meat hook missed.
One of many, you know what they say, you miss every shot you don't take.
So then he landed it because he took it.
Sure?
But then he didn't connect. Oh, charge! Death. Maybe a bit overconfident there, going in with a charge, wasting and now being reality rifted, and rotted blood drain will get the job done. Okay, you shouldn't die if you keep the charge available, and not if you use it to get on top of them and tank about 4 seconds of rot level 1. And now Ori up top, Shadow Poison will get the job done. It's Senpai playing very, very deep behind tier 1 around the secret shop area. 5-0 already for Nepal.
Don't be mad.
And
Don't be mad.
I mean, they're playing into a Viper lane, right? I'm not surprised to see that the tiny Rubik lane is struggling a little bit.
Yeah, the Viper last pick actually makes a lot of sense. He's almost level 3. So basically the hard part of Viper is surviving level 1 and 2. Very, very weak. Now that he's done that, his lane is going to be amazing.
Look at Caleb. He just doesn't care.
What are we doing? Wow.
He is so strong. Okay, misses 1 Shadow Poison. He has mana only for a single one more. Actually, Clarity coming his way. A few more right hits will do the job. Yeah, Senpai falls.
Okay, well, let's balls to the walls. We like that. Again, they're just so aggressive. All the time.
I don't know what to say, Black. It's Nepal just showcasing us how good they truly are.
Again, yeah. Every single time, seems like they're...
Oh, charge bottom. This might actually be nothing.
Might be nothing indeed.
Pangolier has 10 denies and 2 full creep waves ahead of Void Spirit in the last hit department, Black.
Yeah, I mean, he did start with quite a big advantage, but also the player himself, he's very strong, he's very confident. So it makes sense that he's performing. Especially if you win the first game like that, you can definitely tell Nepal is feeling themselves much more. And what better way is there to win than they did in the last game? It's almost impossible to win in a quicker match, right?
Well, I mean, the way they're playing right now, they might want to show us that they can do it again, as Ori is just ticking down to the Shadow Poison stacks, plus the poison attack from the Viper. Again, Rubik played safe lane instead of helping the Spirit Breaker bottom with Enchantress here. I don't know if this is the way to go, and it's clearly not paying off for them just yet.
They had tough choices to make because they also didn't maybe necessarily know exactly where the enemy is gonna lane all their heroes either. But,
They didn't?
I mean, just because the player is playing it doesn't mean they can't switch it up a bit, right?
True, but also Nepal has confidently won all their games playing in this way, right? So it doesn't really make that much sense. As was that 2 Chaos Strikes back to back? Blues, though, is getting rightly to below half HP. Another impetus flying in, but the meat hook connects onto Jin, and the Chaos Bolt will fly in to secure the kill. Is that what the Spirit Breaker is witnessing? No charge for a few seconds, turns around and dies at the hands of Puzzle.
Yeah, makes it look easy again. They're just outplaying them on every lane, almost every aspect possible. It must be pretty demoralizing, especially after how well you kept up with them in the last game. Yeah, Nepal is just on another level, 100%. Tiny level 3, Viper level 5. You come back to the lane, but for what?
I guess Tiny's getting a few last hits while the Rubik is making space.
Space is the right word.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Senpai, I don't know where you're going to. Oh, there's the TP coming in. It's actually the Void Spirit. Does he have level 6 on the Void Spirit? Yes, he does. Tiny tries to stay alive as much as possible. Shadow Poison stacks will get the job done. And now Caleb going up north, making space for the Viper. Sees the courier, gets the kill. Emperor Len really wants to get something. Look at Puzzle. What is he doing there behind the tier 2 tower, wanting to maybe make his way to the Wisdom Rune, but he will not get there as Jin gets out of the danger and collects the Wisdom Rune. Up top, the action is actually continuing. Shadow Demon juke left to right and escaped without getting caught by the Void Spirit.
Oh, it's so demoralizing. You make a big rotation trying to finally get the first kill onto the board, but they're not even giving you that. They're giving you nothing.
You get nothing. Good day, sir. There's no axe on the server. Axe was very meta until 736. So I suspect we're not going to see him for at least a couple more months in the game. 10 kill lead, minute 8. Not a single blood drawn by Bangladesh as Enchantress is getting low and low, but Jin is very speedy right now. I think he should be safe. Puzzle's hook is not even gonna be, doesn't have enough mana for it. So Jin survives. We are waiting for Death to hit level 6. I guess the upside of his Spirit Breaker is that he doesn't need an item to have an impact, right? And charging away, mana on the Pudge, does not connect with the meat hook, but will throw it nonetheless. Rubik dies to Larice. I think Ori was trying to leech some XP up top, and Larice said, not on my watch.
Yeah, you ever come close to a Viper that farmed that far has levels? Definitely very dangerous. No point in the Astral Spirit either. Wait, good night, Jin. 5k lead, 12-0. This might be the most one-sided match we've seen so far.
12-0. I mean, what is there to say? Spirit Breaker's level 6. Void Spirit is not that far behind us, is level 7 as well. So if they can get up together on top of this Bangalore, like they're doing right now, they're going to get the kill, and it's going to be the first one going in the favor of Bangladesh now, turning around. The Pudge is trying to get Rubik back, but he's very speedy. Now Shadow Demon, can he get away out of the grass? Connecting with the Shadow Poison, it's going to be actually Callum getting on a mega kill streak. Want to kill someone here. Emperor Len, no more mana, no more Astral Steps, and he will die, but Jin claims the mega kill streak. Dismember, way off cooldown, plenty of mana just now. Can Puzzle get in range? Yes, the body block of the creeps will be sufficient. Larice there, the poison attacks, getting not the kill as Sison respawned. That's how long that chase lasted.
Oh, they did at least finally get onto the board. That is good for them. And honestly, 5k being 13 kills down is not that much, but it could be much worse. There is some play to be had, potentially. But, well, now that I say that Tiny might be dying again, hopefully not. Big carry, there's a Viper frag as well.
4 poison stacks already tossed away from the Viper. The Mido gets tagged by Ori. If the Tiny can somehow survive here, he needs some more help. No. He just melts.
Unfortunately, not meant to happen.
Ori? Mid hook! Okay, Black, that was off the mark. Come on, you saw that was not connecting.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hey.
He's speechless. He's speechless, ladies and gentlemen. He knows I'm right. He knows that we should have not connected.
I play Patch a lot myself, so you just gotta take those, you know? I'm not gonna complain.
Oh, Son alone. Double jump, nice centaur stun, but it has the shield coming in from the crash. Now turns around, gets the kill. He's going for the Enchantress. Nice trying to attempt going onto the low ground Jin. The double shield crash going over, swashbuckle, and it doesn't matter. Caleb doesn't give a damn. He's gonna get the kill no matter what. He's actually right now topping the kill chart. Caleb has 7 kills, Black, and 6 assists.
Yeah, and I just said it's just a 5k lead. Suddenly 1 minute later it's 9k lead. What is even happening?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So quick.
Amazing what you found, Wayne.
Nepal really loves taking games over like this. And they're making it look easy every time.
They need 13 more kills for the magic number.
Magic number, huh?
Yeah. Or I guess they need... Oh, what a hook! Perfect connection coming in from Puzzle as a ball through the goal between the creeps, connecting and getting Senpai. Pitch perfect play from Puzzle.
I don't know what's happening, but every patch we see is just owning.
It's the best player. Yeah. And it's not just because, oh, Pudge is broken, he blinks, rots, and kills us all as it used to be. No, it's because they're genuinely good at connecting with their meat hooks.
Yeah, his accuracy must be really high. Of course, he's missed a couple, you can't hit all of them.
Is under attack.
But his, percentage must be super high. I kind of missed the command from Dota 1. I think it was HA, hook accuracy. That you could type in and see how many hooks you missed.
I swear that was a thing at the beginning of Dota 2 before we went on to Dota Reborn. I swear, like, remember at the end of each game, you would open up console and it would write you all the stats, like how many spells you hit, how many seconds you slowed, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah,
I don't know why that...
feature. Yeah, I like that feature. I don't know why it's not in the game anymore.
Same.
Blues is just 1v3ing everybody here right now, and nice armlet toggling to stay alive, but the astral step jumping from Emperor Len, finally looking like he's about to lead, well, maybe not anybody else, but maybe his squad to more success. And Black, now that Bangladesh got another kill, we're no longer 13 kills away from the magic number, just 2 kills away.
Just 2 kills away.
I mean, at this
The
point,
opposite way, though.
Radiant's
Yeah,
middle
but
tower
it doesn't really go that way. No.
At this point, I'll take a 420 as well. But no, that doesn't make sense. That would be a 402 then. No, that's lame. Bruh. CKTP is down bottom, and Emperor Len with Ori are still in the vicinity. If they get a charge from the Spirit Breaker, they could probably kill the CK again.
is under attack.
Ooh, lag? More like everybody disconnected. Damn. Is he the only one not at the LAN, or why did everybody disconnect but him?
Maybe, you know, how some internet cafes have like a really odd like setup where they got different connection for a set of computers and then a different one for others as a backup. Maybe he's the one playing on the backup.
Potentially, you're right. There's some setups where you have the backup connection. Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody's ready. So that was just a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. We will be hopping in back into the game. Quite quickly. I like this. I don't want to see... Nobody wants to see that long of breaks, right, Black?
Yes.
How do you tackle long breaks as a player?
But how do you tackle long breaks with the player? Everybody's different again. Like, some actually just can't do it and they get really tired when they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Others
Dire's bottom tower
don't
is
mind
under
at
attack.
all. You know, go to the bathroom, have some water. The problem is, especially during LANs,
Yep.
online you can't really check what people do. But on LANs, like people, especially gamers, you know our attention span isn't the greatest. We always want to do something.
Fair enough, yeah.
We tap out, we go to like Twitch, watch some random stream. And that's where problems can happen, especially on LAN. When people get really restless. But yeah, generally myself, I just talk to my teammates, try to make sure everybody is on top of the game. I keep trying to remind them where the enemy positions are. Rotor range! Jeez. It was so close.
Hey, it didn't connect. Somehow.
Well, you didn't want to connect anymore, that's why.
Yeah, you gotta manifest it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, the Spirit Breaker is food, but I am not blaming him. This Chaos Knight is 9,000 threads armlet orchid, 1,000 gold in the back at minute 15. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. As you hear an Astral Step, someone trying to get away, and I believe it was the Viper putting pressure on to Emperor Len. He's got the Mace Slayer Dragon Lance done and almost level 12 on this Viper offlane.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
it's not quite as flashy as Beastmaster, of course. But how can you be, really?
Yeah, it's a Viper. Arguably one of the flashiest heroes in Dota.
Sounds about right. I mean, I like the words you use. I'm not entirely sure how I would word it myself. But yes.
Yeah, I think flashiest less sounds better than a flashlessiest.
Yes, sure. I'm inclined to agree with that.
We're reinventing the English language, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's come to.
Honestly, like, I would love to just make my own language somehow.
Okay.
Another perk of being immortal, right? You get to make your own language at some point.
What would you call the language that you make?
Wow, man. That's the first tough question I'll have to solve.
Wow, man. That's a good name. Wow, man.
No, you actually forgot the second part of it. That's the first question I have to ask myself.
That is pretty long, but you know what's not going to be long? This upcoming team fight, because Emperor Len gets bursted, so does Ori. Double Astral Step away to get back to safety, and I think the Void Spirit might be able to tank that with the barrier, and he manages to run away. The support will be the only fallen angels. Nope, Deaths is actually, well, one of the casualties in this fight. And Jin dies to poison from the Shadow Demon. He's got a Blink Dagger on the SD. He is out farming the Spirit Breaker by about 800 gold right now, Black. I am completely stunned. And we missed the magic number. No!
Yes.
Oh, darn it.
One win for the non-memers.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, this outranging tower, I still think that's a concept that should not be accepted, should not be allowed in Dota. Outranging towers is so lame. What do you think about that?
Outranging towers.
Well, I think about CK dying is actually not a bad step for the team to take. Another 1k gold swing. They need about 10 more kills like that, and they're back in the game.
Black, they killed him 4 minutes ago, and then they lost like 10 other kills since then. I don't think it makes that big of a difference, if I have to be honest with you.
Well, can't give up hope that easily, right?
That is true. And Emperor Len does not give up hope. He's trying to run away. He does get spurs, but has another Astral Step to get out there, and they manage to slay Puzzle. And that is a 4-kill streak, 1,000 gold thing only on the back of that now. Goodness, Luis, just completely burning through the Enchantress, untouchable or not, says, I can touch you and I can kill you. Double shield crash, hopping over onto high ground. There's a sentry, and look at it, chain stunning perfectly. But that's actually going to the correct position to dodge the bushwhack, and he gets away. In the end, it's a 1-for-1 that definitely puts Bangladesh as an advantage.
Yeah, any trade when you're this far behind, you always take them, for sure. Even a 1-2 trade would probably be beneficial to them at this point.
Amplified damage and almost full Manta style for the Pangolier. They are out-farming each other, the Viper, the Pango, and the CK. Really, really solid from them. And I have to say, Blues has had a few, not quiet games, because he's playing very well, but because everybody else is taking over the games constantly, we haven't spoken as much about him. And, when we were looking at the rosters that Nepal fielded in the previous years, he is the new addition to the team.
And he's playing very well himself, as you said.
Yeah.
We didn't really put him into the spotlight too much, but I actually feel like this team just kind of like a huge systematic unit as they kill, Void Spirit down once more with the assistance of the Orchid.
Radiant's top tower
They just
is under attack.
seem to be mashing together so well. Another kill. I can't even ever talk because he just keeps killing everyone all the time. But there's some teams where you take one unit out, like one player out, and they won't function anymore as well. It kind of feels like Nepal is a team like that.
Dire's bottom
It just
tower
feels like they
is
trust each other blindly. They always got each other's back. When they make plays, even if they have 100 health, they know exactly what their teammates are going to do.
Dire's
So what you're
bottom
saying
tower
is that you think Nepal reminds you a little bit of Team Mongolia from last year?
Radiant are scanning.
Potentially, but Mongolia already made changes, so
Is under attack.
And they started losing since then.
yeah, of course.
So maybe that is the key. Maybe if Nepal sticks together and hey, I mean, if they can replicate even half of the success that Team Mongolia had last season, that would put them pretty up high up the leaderboard, right? The winners of the World Esports Championships last season. So Nepal should be, would love to be able to replicate some of that success.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, what do you think is going to happen to Mongolia this year? Are they going to field the same team?
No.
Are they going to be stronger than last year?
No.
Dire's middle tower has
Fine.
fallen.
Although, wait. Well, if they... Okay, well, let's just... a bit of a mistake there from Puzzle. Did you see what happened there in Pearland? Can he get away? He's been given the chance. Astral Step to jump to safety, pops the bottle, has another Astral Step if needed, but the Pangolier is coming for him. He just needs to get out, and he does. Well done. And that was a mistake from Puzzle there, Black. He was casting Dismember long range. He didn't think he was going to get it, but because of the Etherless, he did get Dismember, but then clicked away and just canceled the channeling of the ultimate. Because he wasn't expecting it for himself to have such a long range, which is pretty funny. I think if Mongolia, we're talking about Team IHC here, right? If they're gonna field the same roster as last year after not playing with each other for about, 4 or 5 months now, they might go through a honeymoon period, right? And manage to have some success. But otherwise, in the current format, I don't think they're gonna do anything, actually. As you know who's also not doing anything? This Void Spirit.
Again?
Yeah.
It came back. Hook off the mark slightly. The thing is, these games are very demoralizing to play. I understand Bangladesh, they don't want to leave the game, of course, because it means they're out. And it's just the longer you stay in, the more, like the worse it feels, right? It's just such a grating feeling. At least for me, it would be. Again, I don't know how much time these players actually put into practice, if they're like a proper team outside of it, Because for a lot of them, they're just hobby players. And just to be here, it's like a dream come true for them.
Yeah, and of course, even if they lose, or when they lose, because according to DOTA Plus, currently they have a 2% win rate chance, they will still have another game to play for tomorrow, which will be for that bronze medal, 3rd place in the South Asian qualifiers. So, national pride, Black, is something that we talked about, I believe, at the beginning of the first series today, and not a lot of tier 1 players have it, but when you are one of the, non-pro players and you get to represent your country, maybe playing for tier 3 team, it means a lot more to you. And we talked about this during the African qualifiers, and now we see it here as well. These players are very, very proud to do so. Even yesterday when we had a winner's interview with Seneko, he was kind of a bit tired, a bit focused, but when I asked him about representing Uzbekistan, his face suddenly lightened up, right? So it might be just a similar situation here for Bangladesh. And we see here Senpai trying to go, keep farming, maybe get himself closer to the Silver Edge, get that break that he might need to kill the Viper afterwards. So there's still at least pride to play for.
Yeah, always is. 100%. Especially in these national tournaments. If this was a national tournament, I do believe the game would probably be called at this point.
Yeah, so do I.
But, yeah, you make a great point. You want to really squeeze out every bit that you can. Oh, nice. Hot show continues. Tiny. Nah, he doesn't have a thing for anything. No way to make it out.
Well, that's going to halt his progress towards the Silver Edge. As Spirit Breaker has a Yasha. Going for a Kaya now. He's away. There is a Shadow Demon with a disruption, getting him just in time. Goodness me. CK comes in. Shadow Blade. There's no dust. There are actually 2 sentries placed on the top of stairs. That was very tragic.
Well, I'm very proud of you.
Well, good night, sir.
Well, they still have all of their barracks, right?
They do, yes. But for how much longer? The fisher is coming. Oh, there's a ward. He's definitely looking for the fish. That creep is very annoying right now, though. Ooh,
Avalanche.
some of the Shadow Blade hook gets blocked by the Frost Ogre.
Telekinesis, pushing him back to stun the push and pull the creeps behind the tower. They still have a Fortify, so they could use it to kill the Catapult Wave. They're actually pop faking the Rolling Thunder, nice stun, but the sentry's on the ground. They're gonna turn around and kill onto Death. The Sales Knight getting lower and lower, has the Aegis, but the meat hook connecting, and now the Rubik. Stolen Rolling Thunder. Okay, this might be pretty good for when the Spirit Breaker respawns. This might mean you need to give up your top set of racks, but if you can use the Rolling Thunder for the next skirmish, look, the Tiny's pushing mid, tries to claim the tower there. It's not bad. You just need to not feed any more kills before that happens.
Middle tower is under attack.
Well, it's hard not to when they're knocking down your barracks. You still have the glyph, 10 seconds to go. No CK ult, bunch of things on cooldown, so yeah, it's probably the best time to fight right now. I was ticking down though. There's still the Aegis on the CK, of course. Charge in. Nickel the patch. Tanky.
He's trying his best. Blues also still very low in HP with that Aegis. Now the Rolling Thunder from the Rubik manages to create some separation. The Pudge has fallen. The Aegis gets taken out, but now the Pangolier jumps in onto 2 with the shield crash and that crit coming in. The Chaos Strike putting an end to the Void Spirit. Another 3-second stun onto the Enchantress, and now Senpai tries his best on the Tiny to get the kill on the Viper, but the Viper survives, and now the charge coming in very fast and steady. Nice man to dodge the dust, pumping in the air, Blinks on top of him, Dismember, and Death gets taken away by Sesson's triple kill. Good game, well played, gets called, and Nepal officially qualifies in Top 2 to AEC Chengdu 2024.
And well deserved as well. They just crushed every match so far, completely one-sidedly. What is the other result? I'm assuming India also won their match.
I think that series might still be underway, Black. But
if India also won, then we got our 2 finalists, or rather our 2 qualified teams, who will then be playing it out tomorrow for the seeding, which is going to be very important when you play in that actual tournament, because you want to have the quote-unquote easiest opponent, if there is such a thing, really. Imagine you get a #1 seed and then you have to play China. You're like, oh!
I don't want to imagine that. I think that would be very tragic. But then if you're the team that lost the grand final, at least you're going to be happy with the fact that you dodged that bullet. Okay, the game is still underway, Black. It is currently a 22k deficit. Score is 39-13, and there is a Storm Spirit that has 12 kills, 3 deaths, and 16 assists. and that is on the side of India. So that tells you pretty much everything you should know about what is happening off stream. And there's also a Rubik that's 13-2 and 16 for the Indian squad. So I assume that game will be over by the time we finish our highlights of this game number 2.
All right, fair enough. India, I mean, Fish, Storm Spirit, yeah. But now, coming back to this game, unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot talked about in terms of what Bangladesh could have done. They were just in the back foot from the beginning. They started the game 3-0, almost 2k goal lead down. And it's just a very tough spot to be in against a team that's already superior in terms of individual skill.
Yeah.
And they rode that advantage home pretty handily.
I gotta say, Black.
Oh.
Let's look at the positives for Bangladesh, right? First of all, they will get a lot more experience versus playing teams that are slightly, well, more experienced than themselves in India and Nepal. At the same time, they've also shown that they understand mistakes they've made and changing stuff up. Adapting between the maps in a series is a key aspect of a high-level team. And the fact that they did adapt, they realized game 1 we were punished by the Beastmaster, so we're gonna change our draft up completely. That was really good. Otherwise, then the individual skill is something that it's quite hard to overcome between 2 maps, right? If the side of Nepal has an average of 9.5k MMR, and Bangladesh, I assume they don't. No matter how good the draft may be, it's still gonna come down to who can click their spells faster.
Certainly. I mean, as you said, this was just a tough series. Not just a tough game. Tough series. First game 20 minutes, this game 27 minutes. But realistically, it could have ended just as fast. It's always hard to find positives, obviously, when so one-sided. But what I do like is that they didn't give up. They were still looking for opportunities. Even when they are down so far, they got a couple of nice kickoffs on the TK. And yeah, ultimately, Nepal, a little bit too overpowering. And I believe we might be hearing from them again. Very short.
Yeah, I feel like it hasn't even been that long since we last saw them. By the way, scoreline to finish the game off was 14-6 as 34 kill difference between the two squads at minute 27. A bit of a longer one than in game number 1 Black, right? That's pretty good for them. The other game has yet to finish, by the way, and you know why that is, Black? Because India, despite winning, they are playing versus a Beastmaster. So as you could imagine, the Beastmaster is holding on to the game as much as a Beastmaster can. But if India does manage to pull it over the finish line, as I think Krish just got an ultra kill on the Storm Spirit, that means it will be the second Beastmaster loss of the set of qualifiers. But, talking about hero statistics when it comes to this type of events is quite difficult, because even if, like we said, you have the S tier picks, it's still gonna matter who you're playing it against.
100% does. However, I didn't see Beastmaster lose myself. I don't believe it. Whatever games you casted, I wasn't part of that. So for me, Beastmaster 100% win rate, broken hero. Don't tell me anything different.
So this is like that, philosophical question. If a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there to see it, did the tree really fall off? That's very good, Black. I like that. We're getting very in depth here. I don't
As
know
we always are.
Of course, we are the most in-depth casting duo that you can find, not just in Dota and not just in esports, Black. I reckon if you put us up there in being deeper into our analysis versus football casters, NBA casters, I reckon would be like in a solid top 3.
Maybe more than that, but yeah, you're completely right.
Yeah,
we
top
are. We're up there. Put it that way.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. We are them. We're cooking. I'm gonna hopefully find out if we're going to be cooking a little bit of an interview with what I assume will be one of the core players of Team Nepal. Otherwise, I'm very impressed to see how they performed, right? We started off the day by saying they're a really good team. They are probably going to get second place. They might lose a map here or there, and India's going to maybe beat them for the first place. But afterwards, no, Black. They came in swinging, and even in the first post-match interview, told us, no, we are actually them, and we're actually going to get first place. We're going to beat India, and they're probably going to get second place. And then following that, they came in even hotter and defeated Bangladesh in a straight-up dominating fashion. Backing up the words. They're walking the walk. They're talking the talk, and they're probably one of the highest skilled teams that I've seen in the African and Asian qualifiers that hasn't played at WEC last year.
I think it's a very fair assessment, to be honest. I'm very much looking forward to them performing in Chengdu because, as you said, I have not seen them perform in person yet. But if they play like they have just now, I don't even know what to say. Like they just look completely unmatched. Of course, the match against India is going to be a little bit more difficult, and it will probably give us a little bit more insight on how good they actually are as a team, because India is strong. But yeah, for now, they seem pretty unmatched. Pretty damn unmatched.
And you know what this tells me, Black? This tells me that the field for the Asian qualifiers is getting pretty much solid, as we only need 2 more teams. We only have 2 more slots available that would be contested later today and tomorrow for the West Asian region. So as of right now, let me take a look through the teams that will be battling in Chengdu. We will have China, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Australia, Malaysia, Philippines, and now, of course, confirmed India and Nepal. As India have just won their second series versus, their second matchup versus their opponent. So they're confirmed. So looking at these 8 rosters that are confirmed, Black, I'm not going to ask you who you think is going to be the favorite, because we talked about China, but I'm going to ask you from the West Asian region, who do you think would be a great addition between Qatar, Iran, Jordan, Lebanon, and Syria?
So right off the bat, of course, Jordan is very strong. It's Major's team. Even is Amar from Jordan as well?
Before I say anything silly, I'm gonna say Mage is not playing this year.
Yeah, he's listed as a substitute, so I don't know if he's playing or not. I think Amar, the F, is also listed as a substitute. So if in any twist of fate they actually do get to play, I think their team could be insane. Or if they don't play, I think their chances of making it, they're still decent. But even if they do make it, their overall chances in Chengdu are probably not super high.
I'm actually quite surprised by the current roster that Iran is going to be fielding, because the whole squad of Winter Bears, if you remember that, they played quite a fair bit of Dota this year in the MENA region, has been, I think I've seen at least 3 or 4 players from Iran. So I would, including Mikey himself, right? Mikey, probably one of the most famous players out of the country. So I would have liked to see them maybe show up and compete in for this time. I believe they still have, if I'm not wrong, let me take a look at the rosters. So they will be fielding nobody from Winter Bears, not even a single player. So they will be running Aneen, Anumi, Milad, Sahand, and Hazy, whereas the Winter Bear squad was Kahal, Pastel, Mikey, and then 2 Turkish players. So nobody from that squad. Curious things. As right now we're taking a quick look at Nepal, again congratulating them for their double victories on stream today, Black. So yeah, okay, so you think Jordan is going to be the one to join them later on in Chengdu?
I believe so, and probably Lebanon. Again, The unfortunate thing is that both these teams have their most famous and strongest players listed as substitutes. So I don't know if they actually will play or if they just added their names. I'm not entirely sure what's up with that. But if they do play, I definitely believe they have, their lineup would just be insane. Can you imagine Jordan with ATF and Mage? Super high MMR.
That would be incredible. As well, that is going to be coming up next, Black. It's going to be Iran versus Jordan that will be kicking us off for the West Asian Dota 2 qualifiers. The first game of the day. That is a 5-team group stage. So we will be going back to best of ones. Not best of threes for that, because there's more matches to be played, of course, and we want everybody to have an equal chance. So if you want, we can actually talk about this a little bit before I let you go, my friend. Iran without anyone from Winter Bears, yeah, they don't have a chance here, Black?
It's going to be tough. But as I said, Jordan is also not feeling their strongest lineup. So maybe it's back to 50-50. I can't really judge both of the teams simply because they don't have the best players. I think if they both had the perfect lineups, I would actually give the advantage to Iran. But the Winter Bears were very strong.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Winter Bears, I believe, got quite a few second places this year, even defeating the likes of Enigma Galaxy and PSG Quest once or twice, which is quite an impressive feat in itself. Yeah. But yeah, I think that is going to be it for today when it comes to the South Asian qualifiers, ladies and gentlemen. We will be sending it to an extended break before we return with the Western Asian qualifier with the first series of the day between Iran and Jordan. So stay tuned and we'll see you in a little while.